Thank you so much, Professor Godbole and the SGPGI and the honorable dignitaries today present here. It's a pleasure to present on our experiences from Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat DFS program. I just wanted to, before getting into the crux of the presentation, I just wanted to mention one important point is that today in this presentation will be I'll be narrating the experiences from both Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat program, the DFS program, which are continuing from 2018 successfully for the past 2 years. So there were ups and downs, and this presentation would be short, but it will be more to orate the experiences than and addressing few components that were mentioned by Professor Godbole would be few components, but there are other components as well. So can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah. Nutrition International is an international not-profit organization. We are headquartered at Ottawa, and we have been working with University of Toronto on developing the formulation of encapsulated furosemide DFS for the past 25 years. And with Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat, there are two programs which are actually seeing the translation of the formulation into the programmatic reach. So just to give a quick glimpse of this particular, how this entire supply chain looks like and why salt is more easier or a quick win to kind of address iron deficiency anemia. So if you look at the supply chain, majority of the states through which are implementing the social safety net program are procuring salt from majorly three states, Gujarat, Rajasthan, and Madhya Pradesh, and majority of the salt production is concentrated in these three states. So it is from a state which is not salt producing, it is much easier for them to tweak the tender document or the procurement processes and add an additional budget to change it from iodized salt to DFS. So it is as simple as that to deliver iron in addition to iodized salt. Can you go to the next slide, please? So before talking about the experience, I just want to set the context of when we talk about MP program, what does it mean about MP program? So the Madhya Pradesh program, DFS program was launched by the state government of Madhya Pradesh by the Honorable Chief Minister in June 2018. The social safety net program under which it is implemented currently is the public distribution system, and the scope of it is in 89 tribal blocks across 20 districts. And the overall reach of this particular program through the PDS program alone, through the PDS SSNP alone, is around 13.5 million NFSA beneficiaries. In addition to the current program, government has already decided to scale it up to ICDS, MDM, district hospitals, and the nutrition rehabilitation centers to use the DFS used in preparing hot cooked meal across all these programs across the entire state. So the resolution, the policy has been passed, and recently the tender document that has been floated for PDS has also been added with the quantities for procurement of these particular programs across the entire state. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah, so in Gujarat, again, the program it was initiated by the state government of Gujarat, the ICDS department, DWCD, the Women and Child Development Department. The program was launched by the Honorable CM, Chief Minister, in July 2018, which is almost a month's gap. Both have got launched. And the social safety net program under which this is being implemented is ICDS, and it is already at scale. It is across the entire state, across 33 districts of the state. One unique point about this particular program is, in addition to just being used, the DFS being used in preparation of hot cooked meal, they are also providing 1 kilogram of 1 kilogram of double fortified salt to the every adolescent, pregnant, and lactating women as a raw ration, in addition to the THR. So the brand name under which the state-owned brand name under which the salt is provided is Satwa, and in Madhya Pradesh it is called 1 Year Plus. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah, so with the framing of those, I just wanted to delve into the details of it. So here you are seeing 5 major areas, and these are the areas where NI, Nutrition International, is providing technical assistance to the state governments, both Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat, and it goes without saying that the state governments are leading from the front in terms of the implementation, but our role is to provide the technical assistance required for implementation. So here, one important point about the procurement and distribution, if we observe, again, it demonstrates the commitment of the state, both the state governments and also the proactive officers who are taking up this program. It has been 2 years since 2018, and without any interruption, the supplies have been continuously, there has been continuous procurement, year on year budget allocation has been made, and procurement and distribution is also happening. And here you could see tentatively around 1 lakh metric tons or around 99,000 metric tons have been procured and distributed in both the states put together since 2018 till now. So that is a huge quantity. And second is also that it also demonstrates the commitment of the state and also the interest of the state in taking this as a strategy to address anemia. The second point is about the capacity building. It's very important also to orient the government officials as well as the key functionaries in the department on what this intervention is all about. So we supported the state government in conducting both state level orientations and also at the district level orientation, and then followed by a cascading training that was conducted by the government. So in this particular cascading training, the government officials from not only PDS department, but also from 4 departments, PDS, Health, the WCD department, and also the Tribal Welfare Department. So all the 4 departments were present, and they were, and this again is a joint effort or a multi-stakeholder effort. So it is better and easier to complement each other's strength and that is what was a very much evident in the whole program implementation, because the ashas and the anganwadis and the WCD and the health department were also giving the same message as that of the PDS department and the product and also the benefits of consuming DFS. So it is a joint endorsement, and it is important that it is a multi-stakeholder approach is adopted. Again, another important point to be noted here is the orientation or the training of the fair price shop owners and the Anganwadi workers. Anganwadi workers specifically in terms of the Gujarat program, but in terms of Madhya Pradesh, it is the fair price shop owners. It is a natural tendency that a person or a beneficiary or a consumer buys the salt from the fair price shop. And if there is any clarification or if they see a change in the package, the fair price shop owner is the first point of contact for the community, and he or she should be able to give the clarification about what is the benefit of this change. So we banked upon that as a strategy, and that worked very much for us, and the fair price shop owners were able to answer, pre-orienting them on the benefits of it, they were able to answer to the queries and clarifications of the community directly. So that is a first-hand information, and when there is a first-hand response given, the community and the beneficiaries are also satisfied about it. Similarly, in terms of Gujarat, the Anganwadi workers they have also been trained, so that during their VHNDs and other distribution sessions, they are also able to counsel the beneficiaries on the importance of consuming double fortified salt and DFS as a strategy. So that these two were again a big success for this particular program, and that helped us hugely in terms of addressing the queries then and there instead of letting it come pile up together. The last point that is about the cooking demonstration. So at state level, when we conducted few trainings at the state level, we also had food cooked with double fortified salt. There was one dish separately cooked with double fortified salt served in the lunch for the training, so that all the officials and everybody were able to have a first-hand experience of how this would translate into when it goes into the plate. So that was also very successful and helpful in terms of being able to the government officials were able to experience it firsthand, and as to how this policy change will translate into the plate of the beneficiary. So that was also one added icing on the cake I would mention. When it comes to the quality assurance, yes, it is again not a very the entire program from 2018 to 2020, the experiences there has been ups and downs, and we realized during the course of the implementation that the premix specification, specifying premix quality is a paramount importance. and that sets a level playing field, and it also sets a minimum point for the product quality. So that again was another important point we had in consultation with the partners as well as the premix vendors. We were able to develop the formula, the specifications, and we have also submitted the representation to Food Safety and Standards Authority of India for their consideration. So this effectively, once notified, will give a level playing field, and that will also ensure the minimum threshold for the product quality. Similarly, in addition to that, we also randomly do field monitoring using spot testing kits. Wherever there is non-compliance is found during the field monitoring, the samples were picked, tested, and the feedback was given to the state government. So that the state governments were also feeling very comfortable in terms of getting that feedback from external agency, and also to understand, and also they took actions based on the feedback provided to the state government. So that again worked as a very good system. And in addition to that, we are also supporting the state governments in augmenting their existing government capacity, lab capacity, so that they can independently test, and it becomes a very sustainable system in its own self. Then moving on to the next about monitoring and evaluation. Again, one important point is that we also realize that the importance of monitoring the program implementation and also interacting with various stakeholders at the community level to understand what is the feedback and what is the apprehensions, or is there any success stories that is emerging. So we, as an organization, we partner with the local the local NGO, and we have our field staff interacting regularly at the households and the fair price shops, the warehouse in charges, and also at the Anganwadi centers with Anganwadi workers, so that there are 2 to 3 objectives that are being satisfied or being ticked off by this kind of approach. One is also to understand what is the feedback from the community. Another is to get a first-hand experience or understand what kind of product quality, or what is the product that is being distributed, and how that could be improved upon. Third is also about if there is a support is required, any kind of support is required for the district or the state level administration in terms of the supply chain management as well, and better forecasting and better supply chain management. So all these 2 3 objectives were also being fulfilled, and it also supported us to understand if the beneficiaries are also consuming what is being sold from the fair price shops. So that again was a very successful component, which I would mention, that although this could not be done across the 20 districts, it could be done only through 5 districts due to the resource constraints. But it is also important to demonstrate and to learn and to also feed it back to the system for improving the quality and coverage of the programs. So that is on the monitoring part of it. And in terms of the meetings, the staff team members also attended district level meetings, block level meetings, to also give that feedback to the government officials and also to the fair price shop owners, so that they are able to understand and they are able to act upon it. So that level of feedback is also given. Impact assessment, we will be doing an impact assessment for this particular Madhya Pradesh program in 2020-2021. So that should be available, the results should be available in the later half of 2021. The last component about the behavioral change communication, we also realize that it is important to inform the consumers on what is the change and what is the benefit of the change that the government is taking upon. Many a times the government is providing the product at the same cost. So the value addition is also important to be informed to the beneficiaries. So we had developed a BCA strategy for the government of Madhya Pradesh as well as government of Gujarat. And the BCA strategy, the behavioral change communication strategy, was done based on a formative research conducted in Madhya Pradesh. And based on that, a mascot was developed, and all the products, including the package design to the posters, banners, and also the audiovisual TV spots, and also WhatsApp videos, and other communication materials, wall paintings, and interactive information sheets. So FAQs. So all these materials have been developed with the same mascot, so that there is uniform messaging, and there is also some recognition of the mascot and that correlation with the product. And we have also seen over the period of 2 years, the recognition of mascot is much better. So it is again important to use a mascot to inform the importance of consuming DFS. And in both in case of the Madhya Pradesh, Lali is the name of the mascot, and it is she's an adolescent girl. So that has been developed, and it is developed based on a community participation. And similarly, in Gujarat, Purna is the name of the mascot, and Purna is a young woman, aspiring woman. That has been again with the community's participation and pre-testing has been done, and that has been developed. So materials have been developed, and the state government is taking it forward. The state government is taking the BCA materials forward, especially in terms of Gujarat. I would want to mention here, during the Poshan Ma, they had advertised the audiovisual TV spot in 14 commercial channels, and that was a huge response by the state government to take this initiative forward. So there is a lot of commitment, and that is also translating into activities. And here you could see that it is all coming together, and it is definitely a multi-stakeholder approach, and key departments have to come together to address the iron deficiency anemia. Last but not the least, we also have developed audio visuals on the success stories from the field, especially in Madhya Pradesh, so that this could be amplified and also given to the government for them to use it in a different in other districts where we don't have a direct implementation. So that with that, I think these are our major experiences. Although it might sound to be very positive, we are looking at a post 2 year scenario. There has been apprehensions in the initial period, so there has been various all these strategies put together, government's commitment and multi stakeholders coming together. This program could be made a success. So definitely this is true for any program. It is important that the stakeholders come together and are committed on a single agenda, and it is important that the challenges are addressed together as a multi-stakeholder approach. So with that, thank you so much.